Hello there, people of YouTube. This is Joestar109, and I'm bringing you another Lost reaction. I think I'm gonna keep that, or whatever it was I said yesterday. Anyways, this time it's not a pony fanfic or fiction or whatever. It's actually just a normal creepypasta called Mr. Nick. I don't know what this is, and it's very, very short. It's 3 minutes and a half long. So this video is probably going to be at max like 6 minutes or something. Maybe 7. I don't know. But that's what this is. And there's really nothing to it. So I don't know what to expect. It's a creepypasta, so I'm expecting something creepy involving a man called Mr. Nick. So alright, here we go. By the way, I'm super cold right now because that's why I'm wearing the sweater, because it's just cold. Yeah, anyways, let's just get right into it. Shut up, phone. Okay. Here we go. Let me just get this ready, set up. The heck? Hello. Okay, whatever. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Yeah, it's 7 lost nightmares. Okay. So freaking cold, man.
My grandfather recently passed away, leaving all of his old possessions with his son, my father. Most of my grandfather's clothes and appliances went to either charity or the trash can, with the exception of a box full of old photo albums and family records that contained almost the entire history of my dad's side of the family. My dad called many relatives to look over the massive collection of family history. As he was going over an old picture album with 2 of his distant cousins in our living room, I snuck a book full of old letters and journal entries up to my room. I was quite fond of early 20th century history, and figured what better way to understand the period than reading some of the primary documents of that time. Most of the letters and entries talked about pretty mundane topics about housekeeping, gossip about neighbors, and vacation logs. Some of the stuff written during the Depression and World War II was interesting, but the highlight was some journal entries by someone named Mr. Nick. Mr. Nick's handwriting style was a bit more formal and poetic, as if he was writing a philosophy book instead of a personal journal entry. He talked about how he and his grandfather were obsessed with life after death when they were both young, and how they were both searching for a way to achieve immortality with the resources they had.
What?
Some of the later entries were written as if Nick had slowly gone mad, making incoherent rants on the spirit cult and mechanical traps of the soul. Next to the final entry was an old photo, of which I assumed to be Nick dressed in a black suit and a bowler hat. Beneath the photo were the words, "Protect me first, then I will protect you." This was top-level weirdness to me, and none of the other books in the box had any references or photos of this Mr. Nick character. I left the book in my room and went back downstairs to see if my dad knew anything about this guy. As I reached the ground floor, I could see my dad waving away from the doorway to his cousins. However, there was a third man walking with them to their car, sporting the same black suit and bowler hat as Mr. Nick had in the photo. My dad closed the door, and I had asked him who the man in the hat and the suit was. He told me that it was one of my grandpa's old friends stopping by to pay his respects, noting that he looked very young if he knew my grandpa for as long as he said he did. I ran back to my room and flipped to the page where Mr. Nick's photo was. He had vanished, along with the text beneath it. There was, however, 2 words that had taken its place. Thank you. Every few weeks now, I look at that empty photograph, and each time, the image of my grandfather slowly fades into it.
What? That was it? Wait, oh, I know it's short, but what? I was thinking there for a second that it was like Death himself, but is that what I was supposed to get out of this? Was that Death himself, or was that something else entirely? It was in a photograph, ranting about immortality. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking it was Death, but I don't. That doesn't look like it's what it is. I'm confused. um. Whoa. Okay. That was very short. So yeah, like I said, that was a short one. Thank God. No, not thank. Well, I like the longer ones because I actually I have time to process it. But I'm just saying thank God because these videos take forever for me to render. I don't know what the problem is, but anyways, that was it. Mr. Nick, Creepypasta. Huh. That was very short. Very, very short. But who was phone? What? For the Rainbow Factory. Oh! Oh yeah, I remember now. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Anyways, I'm just looking at the comments of the actual video, but yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow's listening session. I'm coming up with words that seem to just fit, but then when I want to say them again the next day, it's like, well, it's like my mind just derps really hard. So, anyways, stay tuned for more, and goodbye.